Do you know that A$AP Rocky might be facing up to 24 years in prison? Reason being because of 2 counts of assaults. And maybe some of you might want to know the backstory and how the entire altercation started. And before even we jump into the video, shout out to Save Universe.
Better way to kick things off than with the story. The story of why A$AP Rocky got arrested for attempted... Oh, y'all ain't know A$AP Rocky facing 25 years? Damn. Well, this is what happened. Now, first things first, for those of you that don't know, his name isn't A$AP Rocky. His name is Rocky. Well, his name is Rakim, but his stage name is Rocky. A$AP is the group he's a part of. Here's A$AP.
I hope you understood that part. There's nobody called A$AP. A$AP is the name of the group.
A$AP Yams, A$AP Ferg, and a couple other A$AP folk. And hey, this guy's also part of the group. His name is A$AP Relli. But he's the guy A$AP Rocky allegedly... I know what you're thinking. Wait a second, you just said they was part of the same group. A$AP, I know what I said, but that don't change the facts though. Because you see, A$AP Rocky had a problem. He was always the face of the A$AP crew and all its affiliates. Hey look, it's Playboy Cardi who got his career started as being an A$AP affiliate.
Wow, I didn't know that Playboy Cardi started his career with the A$APs. Interesting, because this is a shock to me.
Now, A$AP Rocky, when you're the face of the crew, people always sort of look to you to provide. Because, yeah, you Mr. Money Boy now. So some people in your group are just kind of going to expect you to make the big purchases for your friends, you know? And that's how this whole thing began. In A$AP Relli's words, the guy who A$AP Rocky allegedly, he said, look, our friend passed away, another A$AP crew member. I figured A$AP Rocky was going to pay for the funeral.
Just updating you on this, if you don't know the A$AP that passed on, that's A$AP Yam that he's talking about.
And I found out he didn't. I texted him saying, look, you changed, bro. But he says, uh-oh, A$AP Rocky ain't texting back. He's saying all this in court, by the way. He said, A$AP Rocky ain't texting back, so I got a little heated. He said, then Rocky and I eventually get on the phone, and A$AP Rocky talking about something. I was going to say something to you, but they told me if you got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, so I ain't say nothing to you. He said, what? So A$AP Relli said that's when their relationship like pretty much soured. Then later on, A$AP Rocky hits him up saying, yo, you in LA? Relli said, yeah, I'm in LA. A$AP Rocky said, what hotel you at? A$AP Relli said, I ain't like how he said that. So I gave him a different hotel. A$AP Relli says they eventually meet up. And here's where things start to get wicked. Now there's video surveillance of almost everything that happens next. And that's important. So I need you to listen closely. So you see Relli allegedly walking up to an alleged, just pretend I'm saying allegedly after everything. So you see Relli walking up to A$AP Rocky. They get in a little scuffle. Relli says at this point he was shocked because he thought they was just gonna talk. He says he knows A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is not really, you know, that knuck and buck type. And that's very important to the story as well because A$AP Rocky is known to be a fashion boy, not...
Of course, we all know A$AP Rocky as the fashion boy, the Fenty boy. Because this one caught me by a surprise. Because you want to say that A$AP Rocky also shoots guns.
Really a violent type, in his own words as well. A$AP Rocky also had 2 other members of the A$AP crew behind him. Now, they all know each other. So the other A$AP members were just standing there. They were like, oh, damn. A$AP Rocky then pushes A$AP Relli out of the camera range. The other members of the A$AP crew jump in to separate them. They're like, no, y'all doing too much. Now remember, they were out of the camera range on this side. When the other crew members came to separate them, they start pushing Relli back in the camera range. A$AP Rocky then comes back in the camera range and starts reaching in his waistband. Then visibly pulls out a ting. But then they go out the camera range on this side. Remember what I just said. A$AP Rocky, the fashion boy. So A$AP Relli like, bro, I known you since you're not gonna do nothing. And well, he was right. A$AP Rocky didn't do anything. A$AP Rocky walks back in the camera range. You see him put the ting away. And A$AP Relli says himself, Rocky did nothing at that point. Because here's where things start to get wickeder. A$AP Rocky is walking away. A$AP Relli says, okay, at this point, I was a little mad. A$AP Relli basically starts telling Rocky, you a sellout. You got a little money and you switched up on your boys. You got some of your boys still in the projects.
Who say that once you make it out of the trenches, you have to bring everyone along? So from here, I can just see a little bit of jealousy.
He said one of our boys addicted to, I think it's this group member he was talking about, addicted to, and you ain't help him out, Rocky. He says this is when Rocky lost it, turns around, and starts letting them things go. He said at this point, he started jumping behind other group members talking about, oh, that boy Rocky busting. He said then one of his knuckles got grazed, but that was it, and everybody scattered. They allegedly have this part on video too, but it's super blurry. Now, here's the issue. Half of that story was caught on camera, but the other half, the important parts, were just the word of ASAP Relli. So let's go back to earlier in the story. Remember, this whole thing started because ASAP Relli said, ASAP Rocky, you didn't pay for our boy's funeral arrangements. You switched up. Well, it turns out ASAP Rocky did pay for the funeral arrangements. ASAP Relli goes, oh yeah, ASAP.
I knew it, the nigga was jealous and he's even lying. And why would you even lie about such a sensitive issue like this one?
Rocky did pay for the funeral arrangements, but I found out after we already started arguing. Does that make sense? ASAP Relli thought ASAP Rocky didn't pay for their friend's funeral arrangements, so they started arguing. Somebody probably hit up ASAP Relli earlier talking about, bro, you look stupid. He did pay for the funeral arrangements. But at this point, too much stuff has been said. They're already arguing. Now, why am I telling you this? Because in court, ASAP Rocky's lawyers basically want to prove that ASAP Rocky's a pretty decent guy, and ASAP Relli is just a jealous, hating friend that wants to start stuff for money. The police said, hating friend this, hating friend that. If ASAP Rocky let them things go in broad daylight, he going to jail. ASAP Rocky's lawyer then starts to pop off. He says, well, for one, the only person saying that ASAP Rocky somebody is ASAP Relli, the jealous friend. Nobody else said nothing. For two, police. When y'all went to the scene, did y'all find any evidence? Police said, no, we didn't find any evidence. But then, this part's important, ASAP Relli himself goes back to the scene and finds shell casings as evidence and gives them to you. The police said, yeah, that is what happened. And honestly, that in itself is so ridiculous, it'll probably be enough to get ASAP Rocky out of jail. ASAP Relli heard they didn't find any evidence, so he went back to the scene and says, police, I found evidence here. On top of that, the police raided ASAP Rocky's home because an alleged is very serious, and they found, but they were registered, and they didn't help the case, meaning those maybe didn't match the one used in the whole altercation. On top of that, the judge starts to get a little sarcastic with ASAP Relli, because ASAP Relli didn't report any of this happen until a few days later. And remember, he said he got, so the judge is like, you got, ASAP Relli's like, yeah, my knuckles got grazed. The judge is like, wow, I'm so glad you're safe. But all of that being said, that don't mean ASAP Rocky ain't do this. And that's why there's gonna be a trial, because an altercation did happen on camera, so it's up to a jury to decide. Side note, ASAP Relli is also suing ASAP Rocky for $25,000, like saying emotional damage and stuff like that. And that's why ASAP Rocky's lawyer is saying, yo, he's doing all of this for money. But at the end of the day, a trial hasn't happened yet, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what a jury decides.
Of course, the guy is doing it for money. There's no case here. ASAP Relli is just trying to extort ASAP Rocky because he knows that he can make some money out of him. But 25K is not worth the friendship. Anyway, guys, Savvy has already explained it more than enough. Subscribe to my channel and let's meet on the next video.